When eating food such as curry goat, curry chicken, or making our famous pickle, which is consumed with fried fish, steamed fish, or escovitch fish, there's one main ingredient that most locals must have. That ingredient is called a Scotch bonnet pepper. It's my personal favorite, and it's said to be 40 times hotter than the typical jalapeno pepper. It was originally cultivated by the Taino Indians, and today is being cultivated by large companies as well as small individual farmers who are looking to tap into the multi-billion-dollar sauce industry. Today, we're on a family-run Scotch bonnet farm headed by a young Jamaican female, and we're gonna be learning about the ins and outs of the business and what makes Scotch bonnet pepper Scotch bonnet pepper. It's reaping day, so that is also exciting, and I can't wait to show you guys. This is the Rochielin channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting on? Click the subscribe button, share the video with your friends, click the thumbs up button, and let's get into the video. Remember, the objective of this channel is to educate you while entertaining you. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So ready now for the site visit. I'm here with Danielle.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited to learn about Scotch bonnet peppers.
Yeah, I'm really happy to have you today too. I'll tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, I can already smell the pepper. Like it's so strong, guys.
It permeates the air.
It does.
Really strong.
It really does. I have to be careful not to touch anything and then touch my eyes.
Definitely.
How that goes.
Definitely.
All right, so tell me a little bit now about how did you start?
Well, we started out at our home, so we are backyard farmers. My parents always planted crops like breadfruit and bananas and everything, sweet peppers, everything. I think we've tried it all.
Yeah?
And yeah, so callaloo, tomato, onions, everything, we tried it. And I mean, it went well, small, but I realized that the industry, farming is underlooked, and I said to mommy, this is a great need, and we can do better. We don't have to, you know, just do a little bit here, venture into mass production.
Yeah.
Anyway, we started getting land. That was a story by itself. It took us a while, but we ended up getting this 4.5 acre property, and we just went straight in. We wanted to do diverse crops. However, economically, it works out better to do one crop in at a larger scale. So that's how we started. Graduated from backyard farmers into
a 4.5 acre property
production. So yes,
peppers. And I say green peppers, yellow pepper.
Right.
Red pepper though.
There is red peppers are normally associated with the variety West Indian red. So Scotch bonnet is mostly yellow and green and yellow. So our orange, deep orange color. So our variety is Scotch bonnet, which is the greater demand, you know, Jamaican Scotch bonnet. So
nice.
Yes.
So let's pick a few.
Definitely. So yeah, when you're picking Scotch bonnet peppers, what you look for is that deep, you know, if you see the ripe one, it's ripe, it's yellow, so you know it's fit. But for the green peppers, you want to ensure that it's deep green, and you look for a nice gloss, like you put on
lip gloss
or nail polish,
whatever. Sheen.
Yes.
Top coat.
Well, nah, it is sit just like that. So you look for that sheen, and when you see that sheen and it's deep red and heavy, well, when I say heavy, I mean like, you know, thick. You can pick it, so it's ready to pick.
So like this one?
Pick one of these, any one of those. Right, so
like
you see
this.
that deep green? Right.
Oh, and it has this sort of
the lobe.
glossy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So using this one, another feature of the Scotch bonnet pepper is the cup and saucer shape. So that is what we use as the identifying factor for Scotch bonnet. So you know it's an A-class when you see that nice, well-defined shape. You see the cup and saucer?
Yeah, it looks like
plate.
a cup.
Right.
Cup inside and a sauce on the outside. That's okay.
And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lobes inside of it, and then a Scotch bonnet pepper will have 3 to 4 lobes inside of it in the cup section there. So that's how you identify your Scotch bonnet pepper. You know, you have your class A, your class B going down, or your class 1, 2.
So is a class based on how it is grown, or the strain of pepper, or how do you get a class?
Frankly speaking, it's just based on the pepper, the tree itself, and how well it was nutrition management. So you know you get A class if you give it good nutrition and everything, and good growing conditions. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's sometimes when I'm eating pepper, or I'm cooking with pepper, and there's some pepper that is like extremely hot, and some that's just not. How do I know when the pepper is gonna be hot? Is there a way to know that?
Well,
some pepper just weak.
All right. Can I tell you though that the peppers, remember we spoke about the identifying factors. So you look at them, and Scotch bonnet is known for its heat, how hot it is. So if sometimes what happens, we have crossbreeding with the West Indian red and other different types of pepper, so that the variety goes down, the heat goes down, the look goes down, everything goes down. So those things contribute to how hot, you know, that pepper will be. So a lot of times you have cross-pollination happening, and it really waters down the pepper.
But if it's a good, strong Scotch bonnet pepper with no cross-pollination, then it should be hot.
It should be hot. You should stand up, stay from a mile and smell that heat.
Yeah, because you know what I love? My favorite meal is a good curry chicken with some Scotch bonnet pepper, and my nose are run, and my feet and my ears corner.
Yes. That's
so
this.
Good. So
that's
good.
a Scotch bonnet pepper. You put a piece in it, you have to run. I'm not a pepper girl, you know, but I'm afraid of the heat, but I love the flavor.
You don't like the heat, stay out of the kitchen, right? I love the heat.
Yes.
So how is it planted though? How do you plant peppers?
So that is a very important part in dealing with peppers, because they are very delicate trees and they are susceptible to different disease and pest. So planting and land preparation is very important. What we do normally in Scotch bonnet production, you pay attention to land prep. So what we do, we when we are doing the harrowing, the plowing, stuff like that, we try our best to get the beds 5 feet apart, and ideally they should be 3 foot apart from each other. So the beds are 5 foot apart, and the trees should be at least 3 foot apart. At most, let me not say at least, because these are planted 2 foot apart. So you want them to, they're going to grow into mini trees. So you want them to have enough space to spread, and when they're blossoming, they'll have enough time, to move around, and then pests won't be able to live and hide in between them, because they grow into big trees. So you want to keep them at a distance.
When I say big trees, any of them grow to my height? No. I'm 5 feet 1.5.
No, not so. I'd say half of you, because when we go further down into the field, you'll see some waist high trees. Right.
All right, so let's go further down.
Definitely.
Then noticing this crop going along here. It looks like corn.
Yes.
From my experience now going into the country fields, I've been learning the different crops. So
you got it, girl. You got it. Yes.
Right.
So corn is the ideal border crop for Scotch bonnet peppers. It doesn't repel, but what it does, if we have an infestation, it will attack the corns first, and then we can see it, identify it, get rid of it before it gets into the peppers. So ideally, you would have seen it right around the field. However, we planted at the front marigold instead. There are some on the sides. So yes, if there's a infestation, it will attack the corns first, and then before going in, and then you identify it and get rid of it before it gets into the field.
So the infestation starts from the outside in. What if it starts infesting like in the middle?
Unfortunately, if it happens there with us, that is why it's important to do your spot checks daily or every other day to ensure, so you can identify it first. So if it starts in the middle, you attack that tree and it doesn't go any further.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that is interesting.
And from time to time you'll see farms with corns inside, you know, different marigolds, because we have marigolds around the place in there. So you do that as a form of preventative measures.
Got you. Right. Understood. All right, so I'm seeing some waist high crops, or at least my waist, because you know I'm not very high. Yes,
and that's the thing with Scotch bonnet. From time to time you'll find trees that are high, some low, some wide, some slender. So they come in all shapes and sizes.
They're like humans.
Right.
Alright, so this plant, I noticed that the leaves are withered, but there's a lot of pepper on it. What's going on with this one?
Right, and as we spoke about earlier about different types of pests and diseases that can happen to your Scotch bonnet peppers. This one is Fusarium wilt. So it starts in the root. So I'm not sure, I'm not very versed on all the diseases. However, I think the root is damaged, so it kills the tree itself. So this now we know after we get, if we do, I mean, these are peppers, so we can reap them and then this tree is gone. So this will definitely happen throughout your field if you are not careful with your treatment, pest management, and also weed control, because the weeds will bring pests and diseases. So this is a part of it.
Okay.
Yes,
so it doesn't affect the pepper itself?
No, so if there are peppers on it, it will stay there and then it will eventually die if we don't pick it. But yes,
so right now these peppers are not infested?
No, these peppers are good. Yeah, these peppers are healthy. I mean, they did not make it to full maturity as you see the size, but for your home purpose, you can use the peppers in your kitchen. You know, I mean, it's not A class to sell to your exporters or so, but you can use them for your kitchen. And yeah, so they didn't make it to full maturity, unfortunately.
Okay. All right, so how old, I know that's probably a weird question, but how old are these plants? So, and at what stage do you plant them?
Right, so these plants are, I'd say, 3 months old. They're in their 3rd month after transplant. So normally when you are sowing your seeds, it takes 6 to 7 weeks to come up to seedlings, you know, from about 3 to 4 inches high, and then they're ready to transplant. So after your transplant, then 3 months until they get to this height. So these are approximately 3 months old, and we're doing our first set of reapings from them now. So yes, and you know, Scotch bonnet peppers, they have a life of 6 to 8 months. I mean, if with good nutrition and good care, you can have them up to a year reaping from them. So
you mean to tell me that after 6 to 8 months you have to get new seedlings and start over?
Start all over.
So they don't have like mother plants that you do something with? And
what is normally done is when you are doing your first reaping, you take your A-class peppers and then you get the seeds from those. So you know definitely that you'll be getting A-grade seedlings. So we normally take the first reaping, dry them, get our seeds, so we can be prepared for the next planting, transplanting and everything. Right.
Interesting. So irrigation. Talk to me about that now.
Irrigation is very, very important with Scotch bonnet peppers, and I'm going to put another term in there: irrigation and what we call fertigation. So we incorporate our nutrient plan into our irrigation system. So we call it fertigation. Fertilizer irrigation. Yes.
Love it.
Fertigation. So yes, what is done, because we planted them 2 feet apart, we have 1 foot drip here, so you know the beds will be properly watered right through. However, you don't want it to be waterlogged, so at least 3 hours per day they must get straight water. So, and you can give them that, I mean, in seedling stage you give them more frequently than big trees. So like every other day for seeds, maybe sometimes every day. But for the big trees, you can give them every 2 days. But you don't want it to be waterlogged, and you can also monitor your trees so you can know when to water. If it's been overwatered or underwatered, you will see it as well.
It's a whole process happening here, man. I love it.
Yes.
Now we're over on the east side of the farm, and you are telling me that you guys just reaped this section recently.
Yes, so on Tuesday we did 1,204 pounds from these 2 beds only.
That's a lot.
Yes, it surpassed my expectation, but the trees are performing.
Yeah, I love that for you. I love that for you.
The trees are performing. So
who do you typically sell to?
So it's a mixed market. We sell to exporters. We have persons, you know, processors. That's the next big thing. So processors, and also persons with canteens. So we supply one market and they supply several. Yeah. So it's a mix of processors, exporters, large canteens. So
are you looking to go into export?
Definitely. It's a plan of mine because, you know, when you think of your future endeavors and what the market really demands, why not?
Why not?
There isn't enough for the market, so definitely.
Okay, so if persons that are watching right now are interested in buying peppers to supply their farms or their grocery store or just their operations overseas, because I do have a large contingent of the diaspora market,
definitely,
you know, in the US and the Canada and the UK, etc. How do they get in contact with you? They
can reach out to us. We have an Instagram, JJIREH Farms. It's JJIREH with 2 J's, JJIREH, JJIREH _farms, and you can DM us for information. Contact me, Danielle. My number is 876-597-6530.
So that's
876-597-6530.
And is there an email address for those that won't be able
We
to?
don't have a company email address, but you definitely can email me at danielle.lewis2@outlook.com.
Okay.
Yes.
So there you have it. If you're interested in buying peppers, wanting to get peppers, you know, she'll get her ducks in a row. She's willing and interested in exporting, so reach out to her directly.
Definitely.
For that.
A-class.
So what other crops do you plant? Is it just peppers? And what other if you haven't even started, what other crops are you interested in starting?
Definitely. So yes, Scotch bonnet is just the beginning. We currently have a square of sweet potatoes down at the back of these beds. So sweet potatoes is a love of mine because last year I had an experience with sweet potatoes and
pudding.
Well, the pudding too. Yes, it's a love of mine as well.
I love a good sweet potato pudding.
Definitely. So we have sweet potatoes, and I also want to plant sorrel. So we have already procured the seeds. The irrigation is in, and it's just for us to sow them. So we were planting those sorrel for this Christmas period.
That's nice.
Definitely. So
I can't wait. All right, so it's reaping day. Can we go do some reaping?
Definitely.
All right, let's go. So I'm here with Miss Paula and she's reaping, and I'm so happy to be reaping with you now.
I tell you, girl.
Yeah, tell me about the reaping process now. How does that work?
Well, we were told to look for the mature peppers.
Yeah.
Today we're just picking the green ones. And you identify them by their sheen.
I learned that just now.
And have a dark color, dark green. Some of them might not be as dark, but they might be clear, but when you feel them, they're a little hard. They're not supposed to be soft. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
these ones are hard.
Right.
I noticed
so that's
I have
what
a
we
bucket
look.
over here, so full of a pepper.
Yeah, almost full.
Almost full. About how many peppers do you think this is?
Pound or numbers? Maybe
Pound
10,
and numbers.
Maybe 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
10?
So I can lift 10 pounds?
Yeah, because what happened, we are supposed to have, this bag is supposed to weigh 30 pounds. So 3 of those buckets usually give us the bag full.
Ooh.
So and then when we weigh the bag, it's supposed to be 30. And I already have 2 buckets in there.
All of a sudden I feel like a strong person because I can lift this.
You can lift that, yes, and that's almost 20 pounds.
Or maybe if you let it go, I can lift it. Alright. If you need a good workout, you need to come to a Scotch Bonnet farm.
Yes, so I usually sit on a chair to reap.
Really?
Because of my age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to bend over now and pick.
Yeah.
Because you might just hear me groaning to get back up. So
You're quite fit,
I
don't
use a
think.
chair, and they usually you go to a chair and look at the top, you see nothing. But you lift up, and that's where the peppers are hiding.
Okay.
And I think they have a term in farming that they say you lift up the frock to expose the peppers. Right, I don't see much on this one.
So one here, but I don't know if it's shiny. It's shiny now.
Yeah, probably.
Ready?
No, that can stay a little.
I can stay like a lot.
What happened with this plot was reaped
Recently.
a few days ago, Dan? Yes.
I can pick.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, it's a lot of peppers on here, man.
I mean, they are just constantly producing. Because if you look, you'll see even blossoms.
Blossoms, yeah.
So, you know, we have these that are ready.
But this light yellow one not ready yet, right?
I mean, this is a bad one. You can pop him off and look at it. You see this one, if you open it, maybe the seeds inside of it are black. So sometimes, you know, we were talking about pest. Sometimes what happens, you know, you have the bugs and the bats, they lay on the blossom, and to our surprise, they'll form inside of the pepper. So they grow in the pepper and will eat. So if you're not careful with pest management, these are the things that can happen as well. So when you look at this, you know that this one is a bad one.
And maybe if you open it up, you'll see
and
the
if
worm.
you open it in, you may find the worm inside of it. It won't scare you today.
Yeah, open it. I want to see it.
So if you look closely, you see the impression of whatever pest was there. I'm not going to say it was a worm.
Because we don't see the worm.
Right, we're not seeing the worm. But here we are, the damage is done. So we have to be very cautious. We can't stress that more when we deal with the Scotch bonnet. Pest management is key.
Gotcha.
We're only picking green peppers today. Green peppers with stems, as we are supplying an export market today. So they only want green peppers because you know when they're going to send them away, they'll have a longer life on the shelf.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Longer than the yellow ones?
Longer than the yellow ones, because
I didn't know that.
yes, what happens now is a little bit of science I learned recently is whenever the peppers are aging, it goes into a phase called senescence. So that's when the peppers are getting old. So the ethylene that is being produced from the peppers, you know, ripens them. So the more ripe ones, more ethylene, all of them going to get ripe. So the less of them, they'll stay longer, and then the senescence stage is longer. So the yeah, the aging process. So the greener the peppers are, the longer they last, and yeah. And that's also, outside of that, that's what they ask for.
Okay.
So we're giving them what they want.
Give the client what the client
Exactly.
wants. All right.
So, yeah, man.
Hey, I'm Janelle. I'm Danielle's sister. My sole purpose on the farm, really, is to bring the peppers from the reapers to get it weighed. Daniel probably told you these bags weigh between 28 to 30 pounds, It's not heavy for me though, I'm strong. I work out. I may not look it, but I work out, so.
You certainly look like you work out.
Well, I'm trying to lose weight.
And tell you you're a lot more fit than I am.
Yeah man, I've been in this weight loss thing for about years now. Yeah. So when we working towards 1,000 pounds, so I weigh, I put down the numbers so we know where exactly we are in our race to 1,000 pounds. So I'm gonna carry it over to the scale and I'm gonna put it on the weight and yeah, you see. Right. Confirm, Amju.
Tell him it's at 28.
You hear that? Him say it at 28.
You think it's 28?
He has a feeling.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, let's see.
You're wrong. Yeah, cut your shot. Turn it around.
So this is 25 pounds, right?
Yeah, that's 25 pounds. Yeah, so we try to catch up now. So this is 25, so we know we need 5 more pounds because we're trying to make as many weigh 30 as possible. So
we're going to use this as a makeup bag.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to take 5 pounds from the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, my sister touched my back.
Yeah.
And it burning me.
Yeah. Your
Hot.
back.
You see, JJIREH Farm peppers are super hot. You know? So it's seeping into my skin right now.
I know that if you put it in your eyes, it would burn. I didn't imagine that on your back as well.
You see, because yeah, I have very sensitive skin.
And
so
it's very potent.
It's very potent. So I'm feeling it right now as we speak.
Gotcha.
Yes. Them hot, man. Even when I'm carrying it on my head, I can smell it.
Yeah, I can smell it now. So you think you reached 30 pounds now?
Yeah.
Alright, let's wait and see. Ready?
Got you. We are a little bit short. Maybe like a couple more.
4 more peppers.
Yeah.
For 30.
About that. No, sir. Boy, I will eat that.
Let it go, let it go.
No, let it go.
Come on.
We need 2 more peppers.
Yeah, we need a couple more.
Yeah, what do you need? 4. I'm going to put about 12 in there. That should be it.
Yeah.
On the mark.
On the mark.
30 pounds.
Alright, we're about halfway there. A little bit more than halfway actually. If
What's your goal for today?
1,000 pounds, 40 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's where we're at.
So 23 of 40 bags.
23 of 40 bags. So we have a little ways to go.
23 of 30 bags.
No, we got, remember some of them, you know, less than 30. Okay. So we're trying to overcompensate.
Awesome. Alright, so I'm here with Daddy Lewis, Danielle's dad, and you know I really wanted to speak to you because I want to find out like how did you get started in farming overall?
Right. Okay, we started, well, I've been doing farming for a good while, but going at this larger scale was Danielle's idea because of course, you know, we had the backyard garden.
Yeah,
I used to plant breadfruit tree wherever I go over Jamaica, you know, and I see some plants, I'll buy them and I'll, you know, just conduct or carry on my little own backyard farming. But as you approach retirement, you know, we look at, you know, something that I can, you know, put my hands on, and it's something that I've always loved, farming. And so Danielle had this brainchild, you know, to go into farming on a large scale. And so, you know, we put our heads together and, you know, hands, and we decided we'll get some lands and we will, you know, push at it. And, you know, we made our start. And it's kind of late, but
better late than never.
Right, better late than never.
I mean, no time is the right time like now.
Right, there's no other time but now.
No other time but now. That is amazing.
Yes.
And it's a business has been doing well so far.
Yes, well, the yield that we're getting now is has great potential, you know, and it's going to really impact the business in general, because this kind of yield that we're seeing, you know, we're really surprised, because the hand of the Lord is just up on everything, and I mean, it's more than what we expected. So we really think this is going to be really, really good for the business.
Well, that's good. And I mean, you guys named the farm, rightfully so, JJIREH, Jehovah Jireh. So, you know, the Lord is my provider.
That's
He's providing. So what better way to name it, to start it, with put God in front?
Yes,
you know?
definitely. And no, it's not just words by saying put God in front, but, you know, when we come on the farm in the morning to do harvesting, we'll have our devotion and we'll pray before we start, and then as soon as we get down to business, you know, it's just the vibe is just good, the reaping, the crew, you know, it's really two family, you know, and it's really a blessing.
That's great.
Yeah, man, and I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it for you. I love that for you guys.
Right.
And I mean, being here today, just around your family and everything, I can definitely see the love and unity. It has been a good experience. So.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, pepper them smell hot and nice. So.
Well, yes, they're really hot. Yes.
I know. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, you're most welcome. And
taking the time to speak to us.
yes, you're welcome.
All right. Can you bite one of the pepper?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I won't. I don't like pepper. I don't eat with pepper. It's just one of that discomfort. And these are very, very hot.
You know, my mom, when she's eating her food, she has a pepper on the side and she bites into the pepper and then bite the food.
Yes, I know some people do that, right?
That is crazy.
Right, no, some people do it because it when you bite down to the pepper and you mix it, chewing, it creates that blend, and especially the Scotch bonnet is a good flavor. It gives a good flavor, you know, when it's real good in seasoning. It brings the smell mixed with the other seasoning is really nice. Really smells good. I'm not a great cook, but my wife is. Yeah,
she is. And you have the girls.
Yes, and they cook too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome, and have a great day.
You too.
Bye bye.
Hi Danielle, I want to say thank you so much. I had a great day on the farm. The sun hot. I mean, a sun and a really friend.
Gosh.
But it was a good experience, a good learning experience for me too. And I know it's going to be a good learning experience for those that are watching. So thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Again, I'm going to ask you to give them information so that they can find you if they need to find you.
Right, so my name is Danielle Lewis and our business page on Instagram is JJIREH Farms. So it's JJIREH with 2 J's. So it's JJIREH_farms. So that's our Instagram page, and then you can contact me at 876-597-6530, and my email address is danielle.lewis2@outlook.com.
Awesome. So there you have it. Giving you the information, so use it as best as you can, as quickly as you can, before the peppers run out.
Yes, true.
I mean, they won't really run out because they say it's a big business, but you know what I mean. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting on. Click that red subscribe button. Remember to leave a comment. Let me know your favorite part of the video. Let me know if you eat Scotch bonnet pepper, and do you think it's the hottest pepper, or do you have another pepper in your country that compares to Scotch bonnet? Let me know below. Let's chat. Remember to press that thumbs up button, and as usual, come back for more videos. Love y'all. Bye.